working our front registration table. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'll call Mr. Mulberry up, and he'll talk to you about Title I at this time.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for the 2 hand claps that I did receive. Thank you, thank you. What is Title I? Title I deals with Every Student Succeeds Act. Okay? And all it does is support the programs in the school to help us make the students successful. Okay? It's federal funds, and it's funds that we receive when you bring your child to school. So it's very important to bring your child to school every day so we get all the materials and funding that we need for your child. Most of you will receive a right to know letter. This information is regarding Title I funding. It also requests the qualifications of the teachers that teach your children. Okay? You will also receive in your handbook additional parental info, such as parent-teacher student compact, family engagement plan, code of conduct, school safety procedures, volunteer hours, school improvement plan, as well as, again, who's teaching your child. Our family engagement plan is developed jointly with you guys. So staff included all stakeholders, teachers, parents, other stakeholders. We complete this plan together. Again, the homeschool compact, all stakeholders involved. Parents, students, teachers, and principals. Volunteer opportunities. Everyone say volunteer opportunities, please. This very much includes you. We need you in this process. You are required to do at least 20 hours of volunteer work, okay? And they can be in the form of a room sponsor, classroom reading partner, assistant teacher in the classroom, monitor the cafeteria, the breakfast, and at lunchtime. Field trips, been a chaperone on field trips. Recruiting new students. Recruiting new students. We need more students, okay? And office assistant. It's very important that you remember these dates for the parent conferences. The first one will be Thursday, September 19th, 2019, from 4 to 7 p.m. And the second one will be held Thursday, February 13th, 2020, from 4 to 7. You may also schedule conferences with the individual teachers. We ask that you do not just walk into the teacher's classroom and say, hey, I need to see you, I need to talk to you. We would like for you to, not interrupt teaching and learning and schedule a conference correctly. School safety. Everybody say school safety.
School safety.
I hear that. School safety.
School safety.
We want your child to be safe. So it's important that you follow protocols that we put in place. For example, we don't want you guys to just walk in the door and just start walking around the school, okay? Please stop by the front office and get a visitor pass, talk to someone, let someone know you're here to see your child, and just start walking throughout the building because you could be anyone. We don't want Miss Barr tackling you, okay? She will tackle you. Safety goals. Again, administrators, parents, we want your child to be safe. Students want to come to school every day and feel safe. They want to walk in the door and say, hey, I can focus on learning. I don't have to worry about someone coming into the building harming me or another child harming me. So please follow protocols. Thank you. And thank you again. Can I get maybe 4 hand claps this time? Here's our awesome assistant principal, Ms. Moss. Give it up for Ms. Moss.
Everybody say, educate the whole child.
Educate the
tell the truth.
Yes.
Are they long?
Yes.
Yes. Y'all, I know they 8. I know they 9. I don't know if the state realizes they 7, 8, and 9-year-olds. Those babies have 4 passages. Out of the 4 passages, each passage is about 3 pages long front and back. They expect for them to sit for an hour and a half, read all 4 passages, answer all the questions that look like this, multiple choice and multiple select, as well as they need to write an essay. They began writing essays in 2nd grade, right? Our goals, we want to increase. Everybody say increase.
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 We want to increase our performance on 10 ready tests, our performance on weekly assessments. Your teachers will give you goals and things of that nature. Your students should be able to talk the language. Everybody say on track.
On track.
On track.
On track.
Mastery.
Mastery.
On track and mastery are the words you want to hear your child say every time they pick the talk. Mom, Dad, I'm on track. On track means they're on grade level. On track means they're what?
On grade level.
On what?
Grade level.
Mastery means that they are a year or above grade level. Mastery means what?
Year above grade level.
So you want to set those goals. Use that language. When I was in school, even when I was a classroom teacher, the language was proficiency in advance. Now the language is on track and mastery. Everybody say level 5.
Level 5.
We are right now a level 5 school, which is the highest level that you can earn from the state of Tennessee. We want to continue to do that. How we continue to do that is that partnership between parents, between teacher, between scholars, between administration. All right, we want to increase our on track and mastery to 28%, grades 3 through 5, 40%, and science 55.5%. What's the language you want to hear your scholars say? All right. 2 weeks. 2 weeks between the month of April and May 3rd. 2nd through 5th grade scholars will take the 10 ready assessment. Remember when we was in school? The test was only 1 week, really 3 days. Right? Now, these poor babies, well not poor babies because we're equipping them to do this work. Tuesday through Friday, or it might be Monday through Thursday. That first week is only ELA. Only ELA. They will have to be able to sit for at least 90 minutes to complete ELA subpart 1, ELA subpart 2, come back on Wednesday, ELA subpart 3, then ELA subpart 4. Then it gets better. The following week, if you're a 3rd or 5th grader, you get to show out on the math assessment. It's 2 to 3 days of math. Math generally lasts anywhere from 55 to 75 minutes according to the grade level. Then they have the social studies and science, and that generally takes 1 to 2 days early in the morning. But please be advised that we are equipping the scholars beginning day 1 of instruction, August 12th. Okay? We don't wait until January to start prepping them for TCAP and 10 ready. August 12th. That's why it's important that your scholars are here every day, all day, making sure they're getting that instruction. The academic focus, literacy, and writing in all subject areas, small group instruction, as well as RTI. This is the literacy across where we do it in science. Our kindergartners look at an illustration. They have to draw a picture about
in August, they will take a universal screener. That is a test that will tell us what their current reading level is and what their current math level is. After that, based on their score, they will then be placed into an intervention group. The intervention group are led by interventionists, not the classroom teacher. So your scholars will be pulled out of class daily for this intervention. Once they are in their intervention groups, they will be progress monitored, meaning they will test. Some of them will test every other week, some will test every single week. And we do that because we want to see the progress that they're making. If it is found that they're not making progress, we go back to the drawing board. We go back and say, this child is not making this progress and they should be making this program. Let's restructure some things and let's do something different. Because the goal is, of course, to get them on grade level. So, if your scholar is placed into a tier, we have 3 of them. The first tier is regular classroom instruction. That's just regular run-of-the-mill in the classroom with the teacher. That means they are on grade level. If your scholar is placed in a tier 2 intervention, they may be a grade level behind them. So they will receive 30 minutes daily of intervention. If your scholar is placed in a tier 3 intervention group, they will receive 45 minutes. That means there are multiple grade levels below their current grade. And they will receive those 45 minutes because they need more time to catch up. Alright, here are some of the areas that we do have RTI intervention groups. Letter names, letter sounds, phoneme segmenting, word reading fluency, passage reading fluency, reading comprehension, and math fluency. One note that I want to make to you all, RTI is not based on Tennessee standards. We are giving them the basic foundation that they need to be successful in the class. Alright, a common RTI goal across the state of Tennessee, of course, is for all students to achieve high standards. However, here at Southern Avenue, we have our own RTI goals. And that is, of course, to move students from Tier 2 and Tier 3 into Tier 1. So by the end of the 1920 school year, we would like for 85% of our students who are in Tier 2 intervention, that's 1 grade level below, to move into Tier 1 on grade level. By the end of the 1920 school year, we would like for 60% of our Tier 3 students to move into Tier 2 or Tier 1. Now, I know Tier 3 is the bottom, but we have seen where students have been, RTI has been very beneficial to them, and they have moved from Tier 3 all the way to Tier 1. So the program works. So, how can you help us with this? Make sure that you are communicating with the child's teacher as well as the intervention. You will receive notifications throughout the RTI process. When they are come for their universal screening, you will receive a letter informing you that that is occurring. When we are progress monitoring, looking at their data, you will receive notification of how they are doing. Make sure that your child attends school regularly. I cannot stress that enough. We need them here. We cannot provide those interventions to your children if they are not here. Because remember, it occurs daily, so even 1 day missed from school will impede that intervention. Encourage them to do well in school. It seems simple enough, but please encourage them. Every day, every morning, before they get out of their vehicles, encourage them to do well. And ask the teacher, or even the interventions, how can you assist them at home? We have a lot of different strategies that we can provide to you, so just ask us for them and we will get that to you. And make sure that you are collaborating. I know the sign-out sheet out here for the PTO, that's a good way to collaborate with the school. You will get some very valuable information in their organization in ways that you can collaborate with the school. And I turn it over to Mrs. Parker, principal.
All right, y'all can do better than that. Let's clap it up one more time. All right, thank you. Before I get started with my portion of the presentation, at this time I want to introduce our board of directors. These are members on our governing board this morning. We have Mr. Bethel, if you raise your hand. Dr. Hooks, Mrs. Incio. Mrs. Incio is our teacher liaison, but she sits on the board of directors. Ms. Elise Evans is our director. Thank you so much. All right, positive school climate and culture. Raise your hand if you send your scholars, you want to send your scholars to a safe school where they can learn. Just raise your hand. All right, we need your help. Thank you so much. This year, our school days, it hasn't changed. It's going to begin at 8 o'clock Breakfast will be served at 7 o'clock. Dismissal will begin promptly at 3:45. Arrival procedures, dismissal procedures, and watching for the children. If you refer to your student handbook, everybody should have a handbook you signed in. You can reference that page. That information that's important is on page 7. So if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them for you at the end of my presentation. Attendance. Say with me, attendance. I need your scholar in school every day on time. It is imperative that they come to school so that we can remain, that they can learn all that they can learn. And parents, we can't have you checking them out early unless it's a doctor's appointment and not all the time, because we're tracking attendance. The state is tracking attendance. Our funding is based on attendance. So how many of you want your scholars to have those supplemental materials on the table? How many of you would like your scholars to travel out of the city to go on field trips? I do, because if we can expose them, we can expand their knowledge base. So I need you to get them to school on time. What time do we start school?
8 o'clock.
Come on, let's say it again.
8 o'clock.
So I look forward to seeing you at 8 o'clock. Our goals for this year is to increase positive scholar behavior choices and to reduce negative behavior choices. How do we do that? We teach the scholars to be respectful. We teach the scholars to solve their problems by talking. We have a counselor that fosters mediation. We also have incentives in place for scholars' good behavior. We're going to have contests by classrooms that they can earn things for positive behavior. Our objective is to increase the percentage of students who have no office referrals. Now, our discipline this year is a little bit different. We're going to do a positive, creative way of handling discipline. Myself, Mrs. Moss, a couple of my teachers don't know they're on the discipline team just yet because they're not here. But we are going to start a positive way of doing discipline. Will we have ISS? Yes. But what's going to happen, go down, go to the next slide. It says the school code of conduct is intended as a set of guidelines to help us communicate about behavior and discipline more effectively. If you look in your parent handbook, the code of conduct is in there. So, SACS code of conduct, come to school every day on time, ready to learn. What do they have to be? Ready to what? Okay. Do your best every day. Show respect to everyone at all times. Follow all teacher and school rules. What does that mean? Follow all teacher and school rules. We sweat the small stuff at Southern Avenue Charter Elementary School. So we track behavior, we track positive behavior, and we track areas of improvement. Be responsible for your own actions. Display positive behavior and actions every day. Do not hit, fight, kick, push, yell, or scream. That is not acceptable. Do not bring weapons, alcohol, or drugs. We know that. Report any problems to the teacher and principal. I trained the scholars last year. If they're uncomfortable, when I'm walking in the hall, Miss Moss, if you can stand up here. They'll come past me, good morning, Principal Barton, smack my hand and give me a note. I put the note in my pocket. When I get back to my office, in the privacy, I read the note.